What's up, everybody? It's good to see all you decent people again. Today, I'm actually on a family vacation to St. Simon's Island. And right before we left, I decided to check UDisc and see if there's a course here. And it turns out there is. Marked by all these really old live oaks with the Spanish moss. It looks like one of the coolest and prettiest courses I've ever played. So we're going to check that out, do a little course preview for you guys. Let's get into it. All right, so we've got some pretty interesting signage here at Gascoigne Bluff. So according to this, it looks like there are 2 tee pads per basket, which is awesome. According to UDisc, there are 3, and I can confirm it looks like there are green tees also. They just don't have a tee pad. It's some bricks sitting on the ground. Yellows, which I'm standing right next to, hole 1 is literally right next to where you park at the entrance, which is nice. Next to the bathrooms, next to the shade, all of that stuff. Yellow looks like the traditional layout. It's got the tee pad signage on it, or at least the most signage that's on it. So we're going to play the yellows today, which I believe is called Oglethorpe. So let's check it out. What in the Calvin Heimberg have I walked into? This is hole 1. Look at how beautiful this is with the low ceilings and the Spanish moss. Crazy. Hole 1 is dead straight. Flex backhand looks like it plays. The road could be a nice OB, but we're going to go forehand A5 for the first shot, I believe, just because that's what I'm most comfortable with. I think we're going to pull it kind of wide at that tree and try to get it flat over this bush. Kind of an interesting first shot. I like it. Definitely going to take 2 off the top, though. This is one you'd like to get right off the bat. Oh, Spanish moss. Great wind read, too. Look at that. I can see everything the wind is doing. So let's see. Yep, that's going to be a little bit right. Pretty okay distance. That would be a pretty long putt. Do I want to go backhand? It looks like there's this really nice kind of wide backhand over the tree. Pretty weird gap to hit, but that looks fun. It's either that or it's going to be backhand proxy right up the middle here. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. As much fun as that looks, we'll go proxy. We need to warm up the backhand. I'm feeling a little stiff from family activities and such. Yep, similar spot. Probably better than the A5. Cool starting hole, though. Beautiful. We're going to try this right gap just for fun. You're probably going to see some player Bs and player Cs today. Toro! Yeah, I was worried about that. If it gets kind of through that hole, I think it's perfect. But that's a little narrow. Okay, guys. I definitely thought the basket was in between these 2 trees, but how beautiful is this? You've got the Intracoastal Waterway in the background, which feeds out into the ocean, so you could come fishing if you wanted to. There are a lot of dogs out here running, so I'm a little concerned about a disc getting chewed up. But edge of circle for an opening putt. This would be a nice one to get. We got it. Player B. All right. Let's hope that feels good all day. 1 for 1, baby. Let's go. Man, this course is cool. All right, it kind of looks like if I just follow the road, maybe I'm going to find hole 2. Oh, there's a sign right here, potentially. Hole 2. Does that say hole 2? Yeah, okay. So far, kind of intuitive. Hole 5 is like right here, which makes you think that's going to be next, but hole 2 certainly looks like it's about to tee off towards some cars. So, all right, I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got like, 3 dogs out there in the field. There's tons of cars parked over here. I'm going to wait just a second, but we might skip hole 2. Also, T-pad, I'm going to keep with my personal theme of I will be grateful for any and all courses in whatever capacity they are, wherever I go. That is like boardwalk decking of some type, and I feel like if there's any moisture on that at all, you're going to die if you try to run up. So, interesting. I've just never seen it before. Hole 2 doesn't have a traditional T sign. It just says 2, but this is the yellows. No distance. I believe you just said it's over 300. There's one basket straight in front of me, so it looks like you could flip up maybe a massive forehand if the cars weren't there. I think I'm going to try to go wide right and just skip up there, but that's where all the dogs are right now, so we're going to wait. Another thing I will note, it's June. The gnats are pretty bad. The no-see-ums are pretty bad, and I hadn't run into any mosquitoes yet on this trip, but here in the shade of all these trees, I'm getting lit up. So it's a good thing I had bug spray, but even like the parts of my ears that I didn't get, I can feel them honing in around it. So bring bug spray. All right, they finally cleared out. This looks to be 350-ish feet. That's actually surprisingly grippy. We're going to try and take this wide right gap. See how that goes. Try to channel my inner Heimberg because this is so low. But all right. Come on now. Get up there. Oh, there's a late tree I caught. Dang. I really like that. Thought it was great. People also don't want to pick up their dog turds. I can't stand that, y'all. Pick up your dog poop. It's nasty. I don't want to step in that. I don't want my disc to land in that. All right, y'all. Yeah, I just couldn't see this tree. And we hit that because it's in line with these trees behind me off the tee pad. But I think the way we caught that, the way it was skipping, we were definitely going to be in the circle, maybe just left. Now we've got a pretty long putt. There could be some magic out here today. Let's see. Circle 2 for the bird. That's a pretty cool par 3, though. Not going to lie. That's left all day. Yep. Luckily, I've been practicing my like 20 feet and in putts because I've been so frustrated at missing these recently. So I'm not as afraid of my comeback putts as I have been in the past, which gives me more confidence to run things like that. Par on hole 2 seems extremely manageable. Birdie seems like a pretty rough get. Looking at the fairway now, I really like the forehand play. That would be a max distance forehand for me, but right side definitely has less options than left side, but there were cars parked there, so whatever. All right, y'all, hole 3. Interesting shape. I don't think you guys can really see the basket, but if you follow this right gap, it's like behind those trees. It says it's 348 on the T sign. You just says it's 300. I think it's like every bit of 350, at least. I mean, it looks far. This left gap has some low-hanging vines, so I think we're going to try a forehand, but that would be max distance forehand for me. And then maybe we'll try the right gap. I'm going to try destroyer really flat at those vines and hope we get lucky. Okay, just missed that tree. Just missed that tree. Yeah, and we're like so short. Let's see. Maybe a flex with the Emperor up that right gap. Or up the left gap, sorry. I think the right gap is just, it's too poke and hopey. Let's try and turn this over. Maybe we'll get lucky. Man, how does Calvin do this? I have no idea. I do want to show you guys my player C went through that, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, look at these gnarly vines that are up the left gap. Very interesting obstacle. You can see the basket now, but yeah, I think a turnover or a flex up the left gap. Nothing else is good. Hey dogs, I hope you're not chewing my frisbee. So many dogs out here. I love dogs. It's not when they chew my frisbees. Yeah, very humbling course. I mean, if all of them are going to be this long, honestly, when I drove in, it kind of looked like a pitch in putt. But now seeing the distances, this is hard. I'm not really convinced that the other tee pads are going to make it easier. Oh, there's green. Okay, green is much more manageable. That's like 120 feet. So, okay, maybe pick and choose. Maybe there's a layout that's like the best of, and I'd play that instead. But yellow's hard. We've got like long putt. Long putt. Try and put it out wide and see what happens. Sick layup, dude. So sick. Righty Rooney. Tapping in some pars for the boys. Trying to figure out where hole 4 is. All right, this is kind of neat. So hole 4 traditional, it's right there. They have you teeing off directly into that tree. You want my honest opinion? That's a dumb tee pad. Move it back here closer to the road. You've got a better shot, which is what they did for yellows. So yellow is actually like back here in the woods. Okay, hole 4 on U-Disc says 300 feet. T-sign does not tell you. Got these interesting, like, what you'd find in a workout gym mats. I guess these work. Like, this is an okay tee pad. Basket looks like right gap, something kind of low, screamy mid-range that's going to dump left. And left gap, also pretty good. Maybe a tree to contend with on the proper line. I'm going to throw my, like, neutral hex on hyzer. Here's something interesting. Cars are going by. All right, something to be aware of. Don't throw directly into a car as it's going by. Hex on hyzer at the right gap. Try to keep it low, and yeah, should slide up there. I've been thinking about going bladed more, just throwing drivers, even though the distance is shorter, because you might get some ground play. But I don't know, man. Let's see. Hex. Yeah, if that's got any stability at all, probably should have thrown the more stable hex. Yeah, okay, so good line. Maybe that came out flatter than I wanted to. We'll throw the stable hex. Make sure no cars are coming. Hopefully replicate that line. Nope. Throw it into that tree. Let's go forehand gap just so you forehanders can see what we're contending with here. I think I'm going to go something that's going to move right pretty quickly. So we'll go with my destroyer. Bust it out left and hopefully not hit this no parking sign. Hopefully. Yeah, I like that. It's going to skip in front of that tree and end up kind of far right. Cool shot shape. So far, hole 1 and this hole seem like the coolest shot shape I've had, and this is definitely gettable. Like, you should birdie this. I say you should birdie this. What I mean is you should probably get in the circle. Pretty fair gaps right off the tee, though. Really nice. Cool shot. Like that one a lot. All right, destroyer's kind of nice. I think anything that's going to flare in front kind of guarantees you an open look for the most part, whereas my hex, I might be pinched off on that tree. All right, looks like we went just deep enough that we actually have an open putt. Very cool shot. I mean, you've got these huge mature trees on either side of the basket, so you do kind of get punished if you go pin high. Well, no, I'm pin high, so that's fine. But if you're short, you can have some weird looks at it. All right, here's my distance though. Just breathe. Got a tailwind. I'm gonna aim a little high, maybe. Yep. Yep. Hex. Ooh, put a hex on you. All right, that puts us down 2 so far. It's not bad for me playing a course blind because I don't normally play blind that well. It is a beautiful course. Very pretty. Lots of bugs. Hey there, Pup Pup. Where's your owner? Huh? Where's the person responsible for you? Where are they? They just let you roam? Huh? Huh. All right, hole 5. I don't have the distance on the tee sign. We'll look it up on UDisc, but this looks to be another like 320, 330-ish. Forehand, if you got it, looks like. There is a sick middle gap right here, which I'll probably try and throw something up there, but looks like just another forehand out this left gap. Let it skip over. I think we're going to go, yeah, forehand destroyer again and try and really punch it out there. Really get a hold of this thing, you know, if I can. Ugh, feeling stiff. Hip, elbow, whip. Hip, elbow, whip. My foot slipped. We're going to catch some Spanish moss. Nope. Oh, sick. I think we're parked. That got lucky. I didn't see how close that Spanish moss really comes into play, but it's there. We're going to go hex backhand, I think, up the middle, just because why not, right? Oh, come on now. Yeah, that's my flippy hex. Yeah, I think that's a viable play too, but this left gap is just so open. So, you know, if you got the forehand or if you're a lefty, I definitely forgot that with some types of mosquitoes, and then like striped leg ones, I've got bug spray on my arms, my ears, my neck. They're coming through the back of my shirt. I'm getting bit through my shirt, which is it's not ideal. Just getting absolutely lit up. It's kind of windy out today too. I can definitely tell how this could get to be a really windy course if the wind's coming from the right direction. If it's coming off the river, which the river looks calm right now, but man, please stop biting my ears. We're definitely gonna flip. Lots of squeedos. Ooh, little left side, little right side. In the middle. Oh my gosh. Squirrel thought that was funny. Hex did end up pin high on hole 5, so it's probably somewhere in that 300 to 320 range. I don't know, but also a really cool hole. 6 is right next to us. Okay, fam. Hole 6 says it's 256 feet. It's like straight ahead, tucked behind the biggest tree that's out there. Looks like we could go wide right with a flare, maybe, and that would probably put you in the circle with a putt. Seems like a pretty viable option. But it's the same size gap as going right at it. If the road played OB, maybe that could be a factor. I don't see anything about the road playing OB, but UDisc says that it's like 280 feet. definitely a discrepancy between what the course design says and what UDisc says. So kind of one of those courses. To me, this looks very putterish. Yeah, I think this hole is probably definitely putter. It's probably like around that 250-ish, 260-ish mark. I'm gonna let you guys choose. Leave a comment. Envy or Proxy? Which one's gonna get closer? We'll take player A, of course, but I think if I throw on Hyzer, I have a tendency to throw up a little bit more, whereas if I throw the Envy, it'll be flatter, which maybe will help it stay lower. So my guess is Envy, but you guys make your own guesses. And for that reason, we will go Envy first. Just flat. Ugh, this is a very low ceiling. Yeah, let's just hit this hard, really flat, right at the gap. Yeah, be an Envy and come back a little bit. Okay, distance looks good. Glad I did that. I think I stood up a little too straight, and when I do, I release on Anheuser. So we'll see. My miss with the Proxy will be high because I'm throwing it on a steeper hyzer. So we'll see what happens. But I think this might actually be the right disc for the shot and what I'm comfortable throwing. Oh, yeah. Slide. Oh, a little short. Okay. Part of that's going to be the low ceiling, too. Like putters, they like to be thrown into the air, not kind of driven straight, you know? So could be a reason to throw mid. Oh, you know what? Let's throw a flare, because why not? We should probably go Firebird. I'm just going to aim low at these trees and see how much of a skip we can get. Let's try to keep it low. Yeah, now flare. Flare again. Oh, yeah, okay. Not as much of like an arc as I wanted, but I think that's like edge of circle also. So a lot of options at this course. All right, y'all. Firebird's definitely a viable play. Like we ended up just outside circle. Envy did not fade back, but we've got a in the circle play. So not too bad. We'll give ourselves a flip real quick. Yep, we're in. Little left side. Okay, player A went in. That's what we care about. All right, guys, so from hole 6, actually going to come back out here onto the road. And it looks like the tee for hole 7 is back that way. I see the tee for blue, so I'm assuming we're probably going to that basket right there. So we're going to play down the road, it looks like. Ah, there's the gold tees. It's like the same distance as the blue tee. Blue tee looks like probably a better tee shot, in my opinion. But that's okay. We'll go play golds. Golds looks like more of a forehand anyways. Okay, guys, hole 7. This is definitely the gold tees. I don't see anything behind it, although you just says there's something behind it and says it's 373 feet. I'm also going to call BS on that. This looks like all of 250 to 280, somewhere in there. So I'm going to go flex forehand. That seems to make this gap big enough. Kind of aim at these trees and drag the forehand over for a righty. By the time it's pushing straight, we should be at the basket. This disc might be a little long for this shot, but the backhand's definitely there. I just think it brings the tree trunks themselves into play, whereas the forehand brings the Spanish moss into play. So give it just a little bit of flex. Aim right at the middle and let it pull over. Yeah, get past that or drill it. We'll take that. Let's maybe give this another run with the Emperor. I like that play, though. I just didn't drag it over enough. Hard to trust with the low ceiling. Let's see if we can get this one to turn a little bit more. Yeah, and that's just too low, though. And that's going to bite. Try a backhand for all you backhanders out there. Let's go flippy hex. And just kind of go treat it like a tunnel shot. Oh, if that gets through and turns. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definite confirmation that that's like 250 to 260 because my hex went past it. Definitely putter for sure, which puts that basket around that distance. We're in a good range here. We can make this. Tennessee flip. See if we can't dunk a big putt today. We got a headwind too, so that should help keep it up. Ooh, just dragged a little right. Player B. Better height. Still not great. Doink. You get to go in the basket. You get to go in the basket. You get to go in the basket. Take our par, move on. Yeah, just so you guys can see, that's your fairway for blue. It's kind of just straight in between all these mature trees. Kind of a nice tunnel shot. Really cool. Very pretty hole. All right, guys, hole 8 looks like it's really not that far. I am going to say that the gold's is kind of a stupid shot. Blues is really cool, and it is literally 10 feet further ahead. Has it labeled around like 220. We're kind of pushed up against the road here. You've got this really low ceiling on the left. So it looks like you could punch something outright and let it stall over that tree and drop into the basket, or you could throw a pretty cool like flex forehand out over the top, which I think is going to be our play. We'll throw both. Sorry for the road noise. So far, just looking at it though, least favorite tee position. This seems forced. Like gold, you actually could have just come back further back here. Like there's tons of options that make this open and not silly. Maybe when it went in, there was more of an open fairway, but this is kind of a dumb shot, if you ask me. Again, I'm grateful for any and all courses, but if I'm going to travel around and review courses, you know, this is not an ideal shot shape. All right, I can't decide between Firebird, Toro. The wind's doing crazy things. I think we're just going to force over the Firebird, and if we go long, we go long. Let's chop this puppy and see what happens. Chop. Yeah, that should be parked. Let's go Envy outright, just for fun, because I think that right cap also plays. But it's just, I don't even know if you can see it on camera. You got to get around the tree. Or throw into the top of it. Man, I like stepped bad right there into the sand. Oh well. Yeah, it looks like even if you hit this tree and drop down, like you've got a putt. Like you're probably circle's edge just outside of it, but yeah, not ideal though. Very pretty green. I think I like that forehand too, because on this side there's like more of these pink bushes that are taller. So even if you get around with the stall, you might catch one of those. Whereas the flex, it's way more open over here. We honestly, this is lower than I wanted it to be, but it worked out pretty good. So we take those. All right, the camera woes continue. I got a notification my camera was too hot and it wouldn't even let me record. And now I've cooled it off a bit and I'm getting the FPS is going to be reduced notification, which I don't even know how that's possible on this phone, but okay. So we're going into the shade for a second though. Hopefully we cool off. Looks like maybe a really, really cool hole. We're passing by hole 10's tee, which is right there. You have to walk past it to get to 9, which looks like it plays alongside the river, which is neat. Yeah, we're going to wander back in here where I'm sure there are tons of mosquitoes. Oh, what a cool tee pad. Oh, this is sick. This reminds me of the Puerto Rico course that they play on the, what is it? The Skins tour that they do. The OTB tour or whatever it's called. Yeah, super cool. Yeah, check this out. We're right here on the water. We can go fishing off this hole. Crazy. Some gnarly gaps though. Blue tee's right there. Gold is here. Cool little hole. I do like little holes like this. Super fun. Got some tight gaps to hit. Let's see if we can do it. All right, decisions. For my game, I like turning something over like the A5 through this little gap, but it's offset the wrong way. The closest branch is on the right side. I don't love that, which means it really kind of plays to like a flex backhand, I think. So do I play what's good for my game or do I play the flex backhand? Why don't we do both? See, like, is this the tee? Like, is this what I legally have to do? Or because this is marked, I'm going to go with inside of these. I feel like I'm allowed to tee off right here. That's my marker. Like this gym nat, come on now. We're not doing that. And if that's wrong, all you locals, drop a comment, please. It's okay. I'll come back and probably do it again because this golf is fun. And this shot's more fun. Yeah, let's chop this over and let it just kind of fight out. Right through there. Chop. Chop. Yep, slide up. I think that's a long putt. Probably that same shot with the Toro maybe would have stayed in the air longer. Let's try Flexi with the Toro. Also seems like a cool shot. Shot that I'm not very good at. I guess you could just go backhand up this gap, but it's going to dump left. I don't love that. That's too high. Oh, look, it's rolling. Yeah, very cool. Playing next to the river, get a good breeze, short hole. Love this stuff. 10 out of 10, my bread and butter. Look at this fairway, y'all. This is just gnarly. Very, very cool. In terms of the aesthetics, how pretty this course is, 10 out of 10, for sure. For sure. Man, we would like to get this birdie, but we got some work to do. You got the Spanish moss like drifting down and touching the basket, so like you won't even get penalized if you go too high. I'm about to Ricky Wysocki the Spanish moss. Ricky Wysocki. I can't miss high, really. I mean, you probably could, but see if we can knock down one more good one. We only got this and another hole to play. Breathe. Throw the frisbee. Throw the frisbee. Throw the frisbee. Throw the frisbee. That's okay. We were close. Wow. All right. We can't get them all. But if you're new to this channel, one thing I like to say is we hit metal. If you hit metal, I like to believe you're doing something right. So we can't be too mad about catching some metal. Unless, of course, it flips us on edge and then we roll down a hill. But I don't think you guys have to worry about rollaways here at St. Simon's. Come to East Tennessee. I'll show you a thing or two about rollaways. Pick this one up because it didn't go in the basket. Pick this one up because it didn't go in the basket. Put this one into the basket. Whoa. Hey now, hey now. You don't go there. You go here. Cool. One hole to play, guys. This hole though, this could go into my top 10 of like short holes, that I've ever played. This is just really, really cool. Using deductive reasoning and context clues, if you walk out of the woods and turn right, I know that the tee pad for 10 is down here because we already passed it. Blue is definitely shorter and green is up there by the woods where we just came out, so definitely a shorter hole. All right, guys, we did it. Played my first 10-hole course and we are on hole 10. Hole 10 is probably just a stock like flat shot with something stable or throw something neutral on hyzer. So for me, we're going to throw Envy on hyzer because it seems like there's a headwind out there. I'm just going to aim at this big tree and kind of hope that we fade in front of it. And that should put us right at that around 240, 250 mark. So let's finish strong. He says usually right before he drills a tree. Yep. Now fade. Fade. Oh, we got a huge drop. Wow. Okay. Not super favorable wind then. Let's go stable hex after seeing that, just to try to get one up there, but that was a little lackluster. That Envy went straight. We do have a pretty, yeah, there's a pretty strong headwind. That's probably my bad. Should have disked up. Yeah, that's the shot. Yeah, that's definitely in the circle. All right, lessons learned. I think my tip for the day would be what I just kind of experienced right there is I know my distance. I know that I can absolutely get to that basket on a pushing hyzer with my Envy, but I didn't really check the wind, and it was a pretty ripping headwind, and because of that, my Envy did not stable up, and instead just kind of died and dropped, which, it's a putter. It's got a deeper lip on it. So to take notes for the future, if you're in that same situation, know that it's okay to disc up to something that's going to maybe push further under normal conditions, but under those conditions, it's going to put you under the freaking basket instead of out here in circle 2 where I am. Okie dokie. I believe in myself. I believe that I can make big putts in swirly wind. I can do this. Maybe. Oh yeah, we're in C2 for sure. Feels like right to left, scary. Scary wind for this putt. Try to get it maybe a little flatter than I normally would. Aim right at the basket. Draw my line. Stay up. Ah, well, bad putt. I really put that right and thought the wind would kind of drift it in there. Yeah, just didn't. That's okay. Overall, not a bad run. Thought it was too low out of my hand. So for it to get in and it kind of swung around the back. Take another par to end it here. Can't be too mad about that. All right, guys. That does it for Gascoigne Bluff Disc Golf Course. Overall, my impressions, is it easy to navigate? More or less. UDisc might be helpful, but I wouldn't trust anything that UDisc says or the T signs. I'd kind of more just trust your gut. There needs to be a meet in the middle of sorts between those two. Is the course beautiful and really pretty to play? Yeah, 10 out of 10. The aesthetics of this course, with all of the big live oaks and the hanging Spanish moss, it really is no wonder that Calvin Heimberg gets as good as he gets at those low driven long shots. If you played this course all the time, you'd have to become good at that. And it's so different than the style of golf that I'm used to playing in Tennessee and in Georgia and the places surrounding me. So if you're taking a trip to St. Simons, bring the bag. You could easily get through this course probably in about an hour, hour and 10. And you've got 3 different tee pads. Some of them are negligible. I'll definitely say that. Some of them are kind of like, why are there 3 tee pads here? But some of them, it is a huge difference between the greens, the blues, and the golds. I'd recommend maybe starting with the golds, but if you could meet up with a local, they could probably show you a best of layout. There definitely is a best tee pad for each hole, I think, for the most part, that could be the most fun and the most scoreable. Today we ended up down 5, which I'm not too unhappy with. My game's been trending down a lot lately. Haven't been getting as much sleep, but I felt pretty good today, especially with all the bugs and the weird conditions. And I typically don't play courses blind that well. So uh, that's 50% of the birds out here on the Gold. So if I get 50% of the birdies on any course, then I think that's an okay score, and I should feel pretty good about that. So yeah, guys, you've got bathrooms here. You've got a fishing pier. There are a lot of dogs, but right now in the middle of the day, there's less. There are more people here playing disc golf now. My final verdict, bring the bag. Do it. If you're taking a trip or if you're going to be nearby in like Brunswick for the day or something, it's definitely a cool course to come check out. The sea breeze is nice. It's definitely a bit buggy, but really pretty course, really fun, and some really cool shot shapes. I mean, hole 9 back there, one of the coolest short holes I've ever played in my life. So it's kind of worth it just to come see that and play alongside the intercoastal waterways. Because of that, you do get kind of a breeze. The breeze is coming this way right now, but for the most part, what a wonderful course. I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our course preview. If you guys haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. If you've played here, if you know some of the better layouts, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I hope you enjoyed this preview, and I hope it convinces you to come out here and play if you haven't come to play yet while you're on St. Simons. Until next time, though, guys, have fun, get better, oof, stay decent.